Welcome to an intricate journey through the tumultuous economic landscapes of 2024, where nations wrestle with financial storms threatening their stability. This year, as economies worldwide strive for resilience amidst geopolitical and financial turbulence, several countries stand out for the severity of their economic challenges, from geopolitical tensions to soaring inflation. Let's explore the top 10 countries grappling with severe economic hardships this year. Number 10, Egypt. Egypt is grappling with high levels of debt and inflation, which have significantly eroded the living standards of its population. The Egyptian pound has faced severe devaluation, leading to increased costs of imported goods and services. Despite government efforts to attract foreign investment and boost tourism, the economic challenges remain daunting. Structural reforms aimed at reducing fiscal deficits and improving public sector efficiency are ongoing, but progress is slow. Social and political tensions exacerbate the economic woes, creating an environment of uncertainty that hinders sustainable growth. Furthermore, the burden of high energy prices and subsidies strains the national budget, while youth unemployment remains a persistent issue. The recent rise in global interest rates has also made borrowing more expensive, complicating efforts to manage public debt. The government is under pressure to balance austerity measures with social welfare to prevent further unrest and ensure long-term stability. Number 9, Pakistan. Pakistan's economic difficulties are compounded by political instability, high debt levels, and a weak currency. Inflation rates have soared, reaching alarming levels and severely impacting the purchasing power of the average citizen. The country faces significant challenges in managing its fiscal deficits, with external debts adding to the financial strain. Efforts to secure international loans from institutions like the IMF are crucial but fraught with difficulties, as stringent conditions often accompany these loans. Additionally, the energy crisis and security concerns further strain the economic stability of Pakistan. Number 8, Ukraine. Ukraine's economy is heavily impacted by the ongoing conflict with Russia. The war has devastated infrastructure, displaced millions, and significantly strained the economy. Despite international aid and support, the continuous conflict makes economic recovery a challenging prospect. Agricultural production, a vital sector for Ukraine, has been severely disrupted, affecting both domestic supply and export revenues. The reconstruction of war-torn regions requires substantial investment, which is hard to secure in the current unstable environment. The resilience of the Ukrainian people and government will be pivotal in navigating these unprecedented challenges. Number 7, Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe faces a multifaceted economic crisis characterized by high inflation, severe currency devaluation, and widespread poverty. The government's efforts to stabilize the economy through monetary policy adjustments have met with limited success, and the nation continues to struggle with significant financial instability. Hyperinflation, reminiscent of the early 2000s, has returned, causing basic goods to become prohibitively expensive for the average citizen. Political corruption and mismanagement exacerbate the situation, making it difficult to implement effective economic reforms. The agricultural sector, once the backbone of Zimbabwe's economy, suffers from outdated practices and lack of investment. Additionally, the health sector is in a dire state, with hospitals facing shortages of essential drugs and equipment, leading to a public health crisis. The education system, once one of the best in Africa, is deteriorating rapidly due to insufficient funding and resources. Efforts to attract foreign investment are hindered by the country's poor credit rating and lack of investor confidence, further entrenching the economic malaise. Number 6, Venezuela. Venezuela remains mired in economic despair, with hyperinflation reaching unprecedented levels. The country's economy has contracted massively over the past decade, and basic necessities are often scarce. Political strife and sanctions have further isolated Venezuela, making economic recovery highly challenging. The oil-rich nation has seen its production capabilities crippled by mismanagement and a lack of investment. The humanitarian crisis continues to worsen, with millions fleeing the country in search of better opportunities. International efforts to mediate and provide aid face significant hurdles due to the government's stringent control and opposition to foreign intervention. Number 5. Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka's economy has been crippled by a severe debt crisis. The country defaulted on its debt in 2022, and recovery efforts have been slow. High inflation, political instability, and a lack of foreign exchange reserves continue to hinder economic stability. The tourism sector, a significant revenue source, has struggled to recover post-pandemic. Social unrest and protests against the government's handling of the crisis are frequent, further destabilizing the nation. Structural reforms and international support are crucial for Sri Lanka's economic recovery, but these measures require time and political will, both of which are in short supply. Additionally, the agricultural sector has been hit hard by the government's abrupt shift to organic farming, leading to significant declines in crop yields and food shortages. The energy crisis, characterized by frequent power cuts, further hampers industrial productivity and daily life. International creditors demand stringent fiscal policies, adding pressure on the government to balance austerity with social needs, a task that remains extremely challenging under the current volatile circumstances. Number 4. Lebanon. Lebanon is in the throes of one of the most severe economic collapses of modern times. Hyperinflation, massive unemployment, and a failing banking sector have pushed many into poverty. The country's political instability and lack of effective governance exacerbate the crisis, making economic recovery a distant dream. Public trust in financial institutions has eroded completely, and many people are unable to access their savings. The energy crisis, with frequent blackouts, further hampers daily life and business operations. International aid and reforms are critical, but political factions often block necessary measures, deepening the economic quagmire. Additionally, the healthcare system is on the brink of collapse, with shortages of essential medicines and medical supplies. The education sector has also been severely affected, with schools struggling to stay open amid financial constraints. Efforts to secure international financial assistance are often stymied by demands for political reforms, which the deeply divided government struggles to implement. Number 3. Nigeria. Nigeria's economy is strained by persistent corruption, inadequate infrastructure, and a heavy reliance on oil exports. Despite being Africa's largest economy, it faces severe challenges, including high unemployment rates and a significant portion of its population living in poverty. The ongoing conflicts and security issues in various regions further strain economic recovery efforts. The agricultural sector, which employs a large portion of the population, suffers from inefficiencies and lack of modernization. Efforts to diversify the economy away from oil are ongoing but slow, hampered by vested interests and systemic corruption. Number 2. Turkey. Turkey's economic woes are exacerbated by political instability and geopolitical tensions. High inflation rates, which hit 45% in mid-2024, coupled with a devaluing lira, have eroded public trust in economic policies. The central bank's interventions have been insufficient to stabilize the situation, leading to widespread economic distress. The construction boom that once drove economic growth has slowed, leaving many projects incomplete and debts unpaid. Unemployment is rising and social unrest is becoming more frequent as citizens struggle with the high cost of living. Turkey's geopolitical ambitions add another layer of complexity to its economic troubles. Furthermore, the tourism sector, a critical source of foreign revenue, has been affected by both regional instability and global economic conditions. Energy dependence on imports has also strained the national budget, particularly with fluctuating global energy prices. International investors remain wary, and capital flight continues to pose a significant challenge to financial stability. The government's efforts to attract foreign direct investment had limited success, further complicating the economic landscape. Number 1. Argentina. Argentina continues to battle one of the highest inflation rates globally, reaching nearly 100% in early 2024. The country is grappling with significant debt burdens, political instability, and a struggling currency. Economic reforms have been sluggish, and the population faces severe purchasing power erosion, making daily life increasingly difficult for many Argentinians. The agricultural sector, vital for export revenue, faces challenges from climate change and international competition. The government's attempts to control prices and exchange rates have been largely ineffective, leading to a loss of confidence among investors and the public alike. That's all for today's video. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us bring you more in-depth analysis and the latest updates. See you in the next video.